Hi class, this is homework help with page 13 and 14 out of your practice book. So to start, before you actually do anything, I want you to pause the video and read through this example and look at the bar model that they have right here. This is something that you used a lot in 6th and 7th grade to build equations. So pause the video, read through the example, look at the bar model, and then we'll answer questions 1 and 2. So now that you've read through the example, as we're looking at this, so the total bar, or all the photos, 24 photos total, and each one of these P's has to represent 8. So you would say that P equals 8. And the reason being is that if you have 8, another 8, and another 8, that's going to get you a total of 24. Okay, so you could also think of it as 3 times 8. 8 would be your solution, would get you the 24 photos. If you look through the next problem here, then Isabella filled 3 more pages with 36 photos, which she evenly divided between the pages. So really similar here. So up here we had 8 photos total on each page. So if there's 36 photos divided by the 3 pages, that would be why there's more photos per page, because 36 photos divided by 3 has to be more than 8 photos. So you could explain that here, something along the lines of 36 photos is greater than the 24 photos. So there's going to be more per page. Okay, I'm going to go to your next page here. Alright, so Alberto is saving money to buy a pair of shoes that cost $58. He's already saved 32. He still needs to save D dollars. Write an equation so that one side of the equation represents the cost of the shoes. Okay, so we're just building an equation here. Alright, so we know he already has $32 saved. And Alberto needs some more money, however much more, to get to the total of 58. So there's your equation. Equations always have an equal sign, so that's ready. Now explain how to solve the equation to find out how much more money Alberto needs to save. How much more does he actually need to save? So to explain this, you could say something along the lines of, you're going to use inverse operation. So you could subtract 32 from each side. And by subtracting that, you isolate how many more dollars he would need. So if you go 58 minus your 32, that's going to leave you with 26 more dollars he needs to save. Here's an explanation of the bar model, and if you're a little rusty on these, this should help. So the bar model illustrates a division equation. This is really similar to the example. What is the equation? And explain how you know. So we have S is our total, okay, and we're dividing it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts, okay. So the total is divided, and you could show it like this, into 5 parts, and then that's going to equal 8. And you could also write it like this, S divided by 5 equals 8. Okay. And you could explain that you know that it's divided into 5 sections, so that's why it's dividing by 5, and each of those sections is 8, and the total would be S. I'm going to scroll up just a little more to see the last part of your homework. Okay. In the equation 10 times n equals 120, is n 10? How do you know? So if you substitute, meaning we replace the n with 10, 10 times 10 does not equal 120. Okay? So it's not equal to 120. And how do you know? Well, you know that 10 times 10 is 100. So you could explain that. Okay. Write an equation that has a solution of 7, includes a variable, and uses multiplication. Write a real-world problem that could represent your equation. Okay. And then show how you would show that 7 is the solution. So you could come up with all kinds of different ideas. I'm going to give you one idea. Don't copy it. Come up with your own. But this will give you an example. So let's say we have 6 times x equals 42. make it dollars. And this example could be that Mrs. Pemberton buys 6 movie tickets, and the total cost is $42. So each ticket would have to be $7 then. So if I solve for this, I would have to divide by 6, and each movie ticket would be $7 then. So there's one example. You can come up with your own, where 7 is the solution, okay? Dealing with something real world, like buying movies. All right, hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.